75% of healthcare costs are due to chronic conditions, and 75% of those chronic diseases is typically due to lifestyle, but can simply be reversed through different choices. Now, we all know there's certain genetic things and things that happen. There's a lot of things when you look at obesity and other things like that, people can make different choices, help mitigate those costs and situations, and live a more healthy lifestyle. So what are some simple things when you think about health and vitality? What are some simple things that a beginner can do to kind of get themselves on that track?
Well, I think we all know calories in, calories out, right? It's not working. So to figure out why the calories in, calories out isn't working, if things were so simple, we would all be doing it. Obviously, looking at the food, to eat real live food is important. To be moving is important. But after that, I really feel the strong correlation between the mind and the body. And if you feel like you cannot have a different life, or that because your mom and your grandma and your great grandma had this, that you are going to have to deal with this, that is how your life is going to turn out. So to change your mind, to look and see that things can be different, but truly it is not that somebody else can do it for you. You have to take responsibility and say, I am going to change.
Which changing the mind is not an easy thing. I was
absolutely not.
Talk about people. What's the most important conversation you have every single day? And people kind of give me this blind stare, and I go, "Yeah, it's the one with yourself."
With
and they're
yourself.
Like, what are you talking about? And I go, "Yeah, that little voice in your head right there, that one." They're like, "Oh, that one." So,
Well, I think first of all, to be aware of what our mind is really telling us. I mean, women, statistically more than men, say a lot more negative things to ourselves. It is all of the can'ts and the shoulds and the needs and the have tos and the guilt words. And I talk a lot about this with the people I'm around and in my practice. When we can start retraining how you're thinking and change from the negative to the positive, then we can make an impact. Now, without awareness and consciousness around what that little birdie is saying in our head, we're not going to get anywhere. So to really think about your words, what you say the first thing you get up. Do you say, oh my gosh, the alarm went off 5 times. I am so tired. I don't want to go to work. I hate my life. Yeah, there we go. That's the first start. So that first step to get out of bed and to look in the mirror and maybe say, I love you. I love you, Tiffany. What would that feel like? Oh, I mean, most people couldn't even imagine.
Can't grasp that.
Couldn't even imagine going there. But without having that for yourself, there's no way we can love others. There's no way we can make any kind of healthcare, mind-body changes within ourselves because we don't feel like we're worth it.
Now, you said eating live food. Now, for some people, it's like, what in the world do you mean live food? What does that mean specifically?
Anything that's from anything from a tree, from the ground, and from an animal. Now, vegetarians would say that animals isn't so great, but traditionally, really looking at the more clean food we can have and the less processed, that's what we want to eat. We're not perfect. We maybe cannot do it every single day, all day, but 80% of our choices should be real.
How do you change that, though? Because I think, a lot of people say, yeah, I want to feel better. I want to eat differently. But let's be honest, we're all busy. We've got, very small amounts of time. It's easy to run by a Mickey D's and grab a Big Mac and a fry and a soda. What are some strategies for people to start making different choices when it comes to food?
I am a huge proponent on sufficiency versus deficiency. So adding in good food instead of telling yourself that you cannot have bad food. So
what do you? I don't follow that.
I know your eyes went crazy right there. Instead of telling yourself that I cannot go through McDonald's anymore, I will just start to add an apple for breakfast, and I'll start to add a salad. If I have my McDonald's, I'm gonna get a grilled chicken breast and have a salad with it. No, not the greatest option still, right? But how much better can you do? So it's not to take it from 0 to to do a 180. It's not. It's about adding 1 to 2 good things in. Make that become a habit. Takes 21 days to create a habit, right? And then start building off that.
What's the most pervasive, when you see your patients, what's the most common pervasive challenge that you are seeing locally here?
Overall?
Yes.
The mind.
Really?
Absolutely. The lack of hope that life could be different. The lack of positive attitude whether it's their marriage, their financial situation, their time, right? Everything is a lack. I mean, that's really what I see overall. There's a lack of time, there's a lack of money, there's a lack of happiness, there's a lack of health. And I mean, with that mindset, we got to change that mindset. And that's one of the things I do. Now, if we can change that mindset, then we can start looking at healthy habits and the why behind the healthy habit. Some people don't want to. That's fine. Then we got to work on something else.